I fear no man. But that thing. It scares me. Hi, my name is Alabaster Lias, and for the past few weeks I have been stricken in terror. Shaky breathing, cycles of anxiety, and rationalizing my opinions with arbitrary probability have been near constants in my life. Why, you ask? Because a small group of wacky underdogs working at an unknown studio in Belgium are trying to upend my hopes and dreams. There's an age-old saying that I made up 2 days ago that everyone loves a good underdog story, except me for the next 3 days. Let me explain. When The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom came out on May 12, 2023, it was met with near universal acclaim. Everyone was surprised and amazed about giant gameplay features that hadn't been revealed before release. Critics were insurmountably impressed. Even game developers at places like Rockstar were flabbergasted that a game like this could even function, much less run on this piece of marginally less impressive hardware than its competitors. It seemed almost a definite, an inevitability, that Tears of the Kingdom would win Game of the Year, the awards being simply a formality. I think at the time I gave it about a 98% chance of victory. That 2% might be about to happen. Baldur's Gate 3 came out of literally nowhere. From a pretty much unknown developer that had only made like 6 games before, all in the same different series than this game, and from a pretty niche series already. It wasn't strongly anticipated as far as I know. I know I hadn't heard of it. Either way, I don't think anyone expected this game to take the world by storm the way it did. Probably especially so the developer, but it did. At the beginning, it actually had a higher score on Metacritic than Tears of the Kingdom, which is just insane. Now it went down to 96 after a while, but still, like, dang. Coming out of complete nowhere and tying one of the greatest games of all time in review score is kind of insane. And freaking terrifying. As someone who joined the world of gaming relatively recently, and the internet's foremost unknown rabid Nintendo fan, I was incredibly excited to see Nintendo win Game of the Year live for the first time in my life. But now I'm not so sure that's gonna happen. I think it speaks a lot to how good this year has been for gaming as a whole that the big, new, critically acclaimed, impossibly programmed mainline Zelda game that's considered one of the greatest video games of all time is legitimately considered a potential unlikely dark horse winner for Game of the Year. I don't think it's necessarily as clean of a Larian sweep or as odds stacked against Nintendo as a lot of people are making it out to be, but there are a few things that are genuinely terrifying me. Now, of course, I was worried before Baldur's Gate 3 got rave reviews, but I still thought, TOTK is more popular and sold more. It's at least like a 60-40 chance it's favored, right? But when I really started getting scared was when the predictions started coming in. Multiple publications have come out with their predictions for the winner, and almost all of them seem to be looking at Larian as the winner. But what really got me into true terror mode, the nervous breathing and everything, was Woodhawker, aka Beat'emups, when he released his prediction video, where he predicted Baldur's Gate 3 as the winner. Probably the biggest Zelda fan on the entire platform predicted Baldur's Gate 3 as the winner. That's what I call terrifying. Like I said, I don't think it's as definitive as everyone's saying. I think it's just a miracle that Tears of the Kingdom even functions. Its sense of exploration and just getting lost in everything a game has to offer is just about unparalleled. I think it's just this odd combination of the fact that they both excel in a lot of the same categories. They're both sprawling fantasies that emphasize player choice. They both have fantastic NPCs. They're both freaking miracles of programming and game design. And the fact that in recent times Tears of the Kingdom has grown to be considered more flawed than Baldur's Gate 3. And it is flawed. It has a lackluster story. It doesn't run fantastically all the time. The build limit is annoying. But I feel like these are all pretty forgivable. When this thing that would be a miracle of programming, even on other much more powerful consoles, is, again, running on this pile of marginally less impressive hardware than its major competitors. Hey, do you ever think it might be nice if we just kind of commended Larian on making such a fantastic video game and say how no matter who wins, it's been a fantastic year for video gaming as a whole, and it's great that so many people have been able to enjoy such many great gaming experiences this year? No! I can't do that. Get that out of my head. Nintendo has to win. Go away. But seriously though, well done to every development studio who made a great game this year. Armored Core 6, Final Fantasy 16, Dave the Diver, Worldless, Lies of P, so I know there's a lot. All the other ones that are nominated for Game of the Year, I don't remember. But yeah, and especially Larian for making such an out-of-the-blue masterpiece. I mean, I still hate Baldur's Gate 3, and it's my worst enemy because it isn't Tears of the Kingdom. And it's been a great year for video gaming overall. Just like I said I wouldn't say. Hey, maybe I shouldn't get so caught up in this bitter competition of bitterness and brand loyalty and blood and anger. Anyway, if this video seemed a little rushed, that's because it was. I wanted to get it out before the Game Awards actually happened, so it's still a prediction and there's a chance maybe someone will watch it. But yeah, thanks for watching. The Game Awards are only 2 days away at this point, and there's still time to vote. So if I at all convinced you, you know, every vote counts. I'm just saying, if you vote for Tears of the Kingdom, I'll be grateful forever. All I can do now is lie in anxious waiting, cowering and fearful, waiting for the fateful day when all my dreams are either affirmed or crushed. All I can do now is hope. End quote, Jeff's hype trail.
Why does fate seem always to conspire against us?
You think I'm gonna give up that easy? I must keep trying. A hero is someone who doesn't give up.
If you don't think there's hope for the world, why bother going on? I mean, you gotta try, right?
I hope Tears of the Kingdom wins. I hope Tears of the Kingdom wins. I hope Tears of the Kingdom wins. Wait, what? Kansas!